What is going on, guys? We are back 5 seconds after ending the other video, and we're just in the where we left off in the science department, figuring out what we should upgrade next. We have 3 choices, which is always good. Science tech is probably the best one, so that means we can get the most science out of everything possible. And I'm actually going to back out of here. I'm going to go into the here, and I believe we're going to do the Orbit Kerbal mission, which I believe we should be able to do. So we're going to accept that contract. Test Sepratron 1. I don't really want to do that one landed. The LV-909, I believe we're going to have to use that anyway, so I might as well. That wants us to use the solid fuel booster while hovering around Kerbal, which probably could be a potentially bad thing. But it does give us 40,000 stuff, so I might just accept that because I can. And we're going to go to the not go to the moon. What am I talking about? We are going to go to up in the sky and do crazy things. Give me command pod 1 as usual. Don't want that yet. Chuck that underneath. All we want to do really is get to orbit and use the solid rocket booster, which I believe is this one. Yeah, it's that one. Chuck this on the side of this and hope that it works. We did have 365 days Kerbal time to do it, so it shouldn't be too hard. But, you know, things always go amiss in the Kerbal universe, so it wouldn't surprise me if something went horribly wrong. Chuck 2 batteries on there just for some extra battery power. Chuck these on, and possibly 2 radial mounts. I'm not sure yet about what I want. 2 radial mounts should probably do it, and will be helpful. But they need to go in the other... Just put that in the other staging. Yep, no problem. What we'll probably do next is add a inline reaction wheel, as they are called now, instead of SAS. Because now SAS is actually on everything, and is just more of these you have, the better. Basically, I don't know the exact way of how they've implemented it now, but it's something like that. And was there any other things we had to test, or was it just those two? It was just those 2. We have access to both engines, which is always good. Oh, you know what, we do need sciencey stuff, which we have here, so that is why we had the extra things added. They can go actually down here. And we need the science thing as well. Just chuck it here. Hopefully no issues occur from that. I'm not going to use the comms because I can't really be bothered doing that sort of crap. We'll check a small LV engine underneath, as well as a decoupler just underneath that. And then I guess we will chuck... That is that. Trying to work out the best way to do such things. One of these doesn't have any kind of gimbal, I believe. One of them doesn't have gimbal. Yeah, the stronger one doesn't have gimbal, unfortunately. There are ways around that, I believe, but I don't know the best way around that to begin with. So that's that, I guess. Probably the best way to chuck these on will be to chuck them straight on the back of this, or on the side of this. Doesn't want to do that, though. Oh, there we go. But best we do that, but that looks ridiculously stupid. So chuck that maybe on that, and put that on there. It still looks ridiculously stupid. I think that thing will just tip over at one point, so... We do have 365 Kerbal days to do it, so it shouldn't be too bad if we get in the wrong, which I don't believe we will. Chuck 4 of these on. It should get us to a certain point in space, hopefully. We'll chuck these on for extra stability, as winglets are always good for extra stability. Then we need to chuck these on top of those, just because, you know. They're all there. Once they break off, that should become the main source of power. But the problem is it enough power? Probably not really. Probably chuck a small tank underneath, like so. And we'll call this the Kerbal Orbiter V1. Of course, the Kerbal Orbiter V1. We should have ways of chuck the Separatrons on top in case of emergencies to pull us away from the aircraft. We'll just pretty much do every stage possible so that nothing bad happens. Chuck that there. Actually, that should technically be that. So then I believe we should be able to launch. Hopefully, whoa. What was that? I don't know. Probably go at about half. We seem to have a stable launch so far. Solid rocket boosters are quite quickly running out of fuel, which is, I guess, too bad. We still have 2 more engines to blast off into space, so off at maximum. Might have to get a little bit higher for this. Gonna start turning now. Just give us a slight turn, not to 90, but pretty close. I might have to keep a bit of my controls on it itself to actually keep this thing. Chuck this down to about half. We're still gaining, so not too bad, not too bad at all. Don't exactly have a lot of fuel left, so hopefully this should carry us. I've done something like this before and it did carry me all the way. I actually don't think this will carry us all the way, unfortunately. Best way to do it is to take it slow, of course. So we'll be taking it as slow as possible, while minimizing fuel use until I have to stop. It's probably best just to fucking go as fast as fucking possible, because we do need to go up to about a speed of about 2,000. We're at 60,000 there now. Hopefully this can support our current trajectory of speed. There's a bit of fuel in there, so we shouldn't be too bad in terms of performance. Come on. Need you at least up to 2,000, which is where we're aiming for. But you better be praying, because I don't want this mission to go fluky-wise. Alright, so far all good. We have plenty of electric charge, in my opinion. Hopefully, at least, so when we do come down, there's no cause for alarm of any sort. I want to hit about, I think it's 2,200, going around at about this height. about half fuel. I want to get to at least 2,000 before I stop burning. Should do us right about there. So we get closer to our apoapsis. I just want to zoom up to it a bit. How much burn do we actually need though? Estimated 20-second burn or so, which isn't too bad. Which we're just about to hit, which are going to start burning now. We should have enough fuel. I do have the boosters for when we go back down. There we go, head back up. There we go, perfect. We are officially in orbit, which puts us up to a particular amount. And we don't get the test turbo boosters because we don't actually have them anymore, because I kind of just chucked them off. Going to turn the ship facing north so that Jebediah has easy access back to the ship. Going to do a crew report here for total of 5. Observe the bay. 25 science for that. Observe the mystery goo. Get an extra 10 for that. Do some EVA with Jebediah. And get another 8, which is always good. Now we want to, since we're already in orbit and we've completed that one mission, we're going to start burning backwards. We don't need to stay up here for long, I do not believe. So we will start burning in the opposite direction. Goes up periapsis. Probably want to get down as soon as possible. Easiest way. There we go. So we head back down to the planet. I'll just chuck off the SAS. As we float down, just passing 50,000, passing 30,000, burning up a little bit. Don't look like where we are. All I can see is sort of. Believe we are on the ground. I don't believe we're on top of the ocean, are we? What the hell's happening over there? We might want to activate the parachutes now. We are a bit upside down. Due to the... Where are we landing? Are we landing on... Yes, we are. Would be landing on the ground. I want to sort of spin me up like that so I can sort of land upright. I want to land upright, so I'm just going to enable the CS for that. And speed up a little bit. So we can get to our beautiful landing. We are about 450 meters off the ground. Which is always good. We're about just under 300. Gonna speed it up just a tiny bit. Get us on the ground as soon as possible. We're about 20 meters off the ground. So coming for a slow but sure landing at 4.4 meters a second on the surface. And we're going to recover the vessel. And to attain plus 58 science, giving us a total of 108 and 2,000 funds recovered. So now we have about 100,000 total with a reputation of 578, which is always good. Now, we can upgrade these last two things if needed, if we want to, or we can basically get more jet engine sort of parts and those kind of things, but I don't believe we get wheels 2 down here, so we'd have to spend 90 science on that. Is there anything here that we'd want? This is all sciencey stuff. It's just a thermometer. And what else do we need? Solar panels could do well. That would be a good choice. I think the best option would probably be to get these two. Gives us more stability and such. Gives us a bit of research stun. $19 hidden, 20 hidden. Haven't got to the moon yet. So we'll probably be working on that next episode. Oh, so we got explore the moon. Test basic jet engine in flight over Kerbal, which we could do. It gives us 41 science actually, so that's pretty good. I don't believe I actually have the required thing though for it, would I? Well, we do have the required thing for it, it's just... So, if we're actually going to try that one, we can't really because these will have oxidizer in it, which will slow us down. Which isn't a bad thing, we could still use it, but we'd just be going a hell of a lot slower. And probably the best way to get to that sort of altitude would be to do some rockety stuff. We don't have any sort of... Yeah, we don't have any aerodynamical stuff. Oh, I don't think it needs it. So until the next episode, guys, I will see you later. Be sure to leave a like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you next time on the next episode.